Hey, Jim Hoffman here for the EMS Green Room, and I'm wondering what your EMS shift sweet spot is. How long is your shift? Mine is 24 hours these days, and at times have even been longer than that if staffing needs dictate it or you get mandated for overtime. I have worked 8, 12, 16-hour shifts as well during my EMS career, and I actually feel personally that 12-hour shift is the sweet spot. It really allows for some good rest beforehand, and I think really helps avoid shift burnout. The thing is, I actually worked a 24-hour deal since it really does help me avoid, those trips back and forth and save me some gas and some vehicle wear and tear. But the problem with that, of course, is that it's not really about me, right? It's about the patients that I respond to and treat. They're certainly getting a much more refreshed and alert provider at 2 a.m. when I'm on a 12-hour shift versus a 24-hour 2 a.m. call. I'm sure you've seen there's been some studies on EMS response and provider awareness when it comes to responding and doing patient care when a provider is working 8 to 12 hours versus when they're working 24 hours or more in a row. They do show that we are much more alert and can recall things like drug dosages, protocols, and have more success with even our skills like IVs and other treatments when we work less hours in a row. It's also important to point out here, guys, that driving lights and sirens when you're working less consecutive hours is probably much, much safer as well. And actually, these days, if you end up in a wreck with the ambulance, lawyers are going to often focus on how much sleep and how many hours you were working when the accident occurs, more than who had a red light or a green light. I think agencies really end up allowing longer hours due to staffing needs and to help accommodate the odd hours many EMS providers work with, 2 or more jobs needed to support a modern family these days. To me, the answer is to focus more on longevity in EMS and provide better pay and benefits and career paths for EMS professionals. I think this can help to eliminate this need many of us have to work those long hours at varying times and different agencies. Yeah, working 24-hour shifts does have its benefits, but I find myself needing about 10 hours after a 24-hour shift to kind of reset myself anyway, as opposed to a 12-hour shift where I can pretty much function just fine after it's over. So let me ask you, what's your shift length sweet spot? What do you work now, and what would you prefer to work, and why? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And until next time, as always, I'm Jim Hoffman. Stay safe.